Starter presses a button and away they go. He just dawdled out Northern Sun, so he's going to settle at the tail of the field. Beginning quickly was War Warrior for Pinheiro. Lim Zoom just kicking him up there to keep him honest. And he's going to sit in second spot. Halushka dropping back on the inside fence. Fountain of Fame looking to come out wide. He's sitting third. Just digging up inside of him is War Frontier. And that's the first four. Back then to Halushka on the inside fence. Nate's Champion in a spot one off for Jurek. Midfield, back to First Chief, three wide midfield. Loving Babe sits third last on the inside fence to Golden Thunder. And at the tail of the field is Northern Sun. First 400 in 24.06 as they swing past the 600 metre mark in the first. And he's starting to get a bit of a break here on War Warrior, and Blake Shin just stalking him on Lim Zoom, the favourite. War Frontier sits in third, and they're about 3 lengths away from Fountain of Fame, and Nate's Champion's getting busy under Jurek. Halushka back to the inside fence. Out wide, First Chief will be one of the widest runners, and he's the next best of the rest as they come into the last 250 metres. War Warrior now getting gobbled up by Lim Zoom. Lim Zoom goes on by for Blake Shin, and he starts to get about a length margin on the inside fence. There we have War Frontier and running on Nate's Champion, but it's a one-act affair here in the first, and it's going to be Lim Zoom for Blake Shin. Episode 1 of the Shin Show starts here. War Warrior in second. Out wide there finishing off was Northern Sun, who made up plenty of ground after missing the start. He's there in front of Nate's Champion on the inside fence, Fountain of Fame. Out wide, First Chief didn't make up much ground today. And then we go back to War Frontier, Halushka, Golden Thunder second last. And Loving Babe will be one of the last ones to pull up. Flags up, releases them, and they broke away nicely. Mariana Trench settling at the back, but that was intended. And going back is Street of Dreams from a wide draw, but really getting away out of the ground. As we go back to the front runners, Dragon Tycoon broke well with Liebstrom, and they're eyeballing each other in 1-2 position. Chosen One back on the inside rail inside of 911. Outfit's just caught 3 wide at the moment. We'll see what the rider does here as he starts to move up and join the leaders. Back to the midfield position here of Night Command on the fence. Outside of him, just tucking on the bridle away there is Cash Check. Mariana Trench gets away in third last position for Jurek. And the back markers are Susway and Street of Dreams. Coming into it now and 400 metres in 25.45 as they swing past the 1,000 metre mark and make the swing around the long course turn. Liebstrom now takes the lead over Dragon Tycoon on the inside fence. 911's up there outside of them. Outfit's just had no luck. He's faced the breeze the whole way, and he's going to sleep well tonight. Back then to, on the inside, Chosen One. He's about 4 lengths away from that pair. And then we go back to outside, Cash Check, Mariana Trench. Back to the inside, Night Command starting to get a niggle on with Susway and Street of Dreams, and they're being put hard under pressure. They swing for home, and they've got 470 metres left to go as they enter the long course straight. On the inside fence, it's Liebstrom. Dragon Tycoon starting to overtake him now. Mariana Trench is swarming on him on the outside. Street of Dreams starting to poke up on the inside. He's come from well back, and the rest seem to be put under plenty of pressure. But Jurek goes for home here on Mariana Trench, and he's got about a length and a half buffer here over Street of Dreams. Dragon Tycoon just boxing away in third, but it's all Mariana Trench, and the Deep Trench wins it here this afternoon. Back to Street of Dreams on the inside. Sue Sway just ran on in for third over Dragon Tycoon, possibly there for a minor placing. Liebstrom didn't fire a shot today. Back then to 911. Outfit was entitled to knock up after covering ground. Then we go to Chosen One, out wide Cash Check towards the tail end. And at the back of the field, put under plenty of pressure early, was Night Command. They're locked and loaded. Flag goes up, presses a button, and they jump well. Beginning quickly on the inside fence was Healthy Star for Bozalon. Britallica starting to come across with Lim's Wish. Night Love's having to get a bustle up to try and lead, but he's going to have to do it quite hard in the early stages as a line of 4 go up in those first 4 positions. And he finds a lead now, Night Love, over Lim's Wish, who's got across nicely into second. Britallica fourth, 1 out, 1 back. Just racing on the outside there of Healthy Star. Super 6, 3 wide facing the Breeze back a length away or more to Super Talent. Rahoto outside of him in that midfield pack. Ben Wade is out in the middle of a track. And then we go back to the tail enders of Supersonic Surprise, Wednesday, and at the tail of the field, Captain Singapore. Turning for home here with 400 metres left to go, and it's still Night Love in front. And Lim's Wish him and giving chase on the outside for Lerner. Super 6, the old boy peeling out into the middle of a track. Healthy Star getting back up on the inside fence and saving plenty of ground. Wednesday starting to catch the eye out wide in the blue. But it's Lim's Wish who starts to get a break now. 2 lengths on to Healthy Star on the inside fence. Night Love can't win from there either in Wednesday, but it's all Lim's Wish. The money was spot on and they've collected the cash there. Healthy Star boxed up on the inside fence. Out wide Wednesday, possibly got third over the fast finishing Super Talent. Night Love just had to do a lot of work early. He's finished in about 5th position. Captain Singapore made up some ground. Ben Wade was wide throughout, and he's finished just a little bit worse in midfield. Back to Super 6, Rahotu, Retallica towards the tail. And last to pull up was Supersonic Surprise. The flag goes up. Starter presses a button and they broke in a nice line. He's going to get towards the tail of the field with Absolvito, real success. So they'll head at the tail at the back. And then we go to Champagne Finale at the front, who kicks up in the white cap now to take the lead. Legacy Fortune comes across to sit out on his girth, and he's about half a length away in second. Our Pinnacle gets a nice run in third on the fence. 8 Ball is just 1 out, 1 back in 4th at the moment, and he's been put in a nice position there by Jimmy Wong. Back on the fence, Griffin just looks to be over racing. Chivalric Knight improving outside of him. Taki just getting shuffled back a spot worse in midfield. Real Success races on the fence alongside Metal World, and the back markers here are at the tail, Mo Almighty and Absolvito sees them all. 425.22 as they swing around the bend, and 700 metres left to go in the 4th event. It's Champagne Finale who sees them out. Legacy Fortune's had a nice run behind him. Our Pinnacle just waiting for runs as he comes around the corner, and he's going to look for it now. Out wide, getting a move on his 8 Ball with plenty of room. Chivalric Knight out in the middle of a track. Metal World still looking at a danger for Yusof, but with 150 metres left to go. Champagne Finale on the fence. Metal World out wide, and I think Metal World has the momentum as they go to the line. Metal World will win it over Champagne Finale. Our Pinnacle might have held on for third over Legacy Fortune. Out in the middle of a track, we had just boxing on was Real Success yet again. Mo Almighty caught the eye late. Griffin back to the inside fence, probably midfield, hard up against the inside rail to Absolvito. And the back enders pulling up together. Chivalric Knight, 8 Ball was disappointing after a nice run. And at the back there was Taki, who didn't really come into it today. Light flashes away, the flag goes up. Starter releases them, and away they go. Just dawdled a little bit, Absolute Radiance, but he's not too far away from the action as he settles on the inside fence. Beginning quickly there was Missile Rain, and he's the outright leader. Over then to One Legacy, Montana Flash getting the nice run on the inside fence, and whipping around him now is Naza to move into second. So seeing him out is Missile Rain in front. Coming across is Naza into second from a wide draw. Montana Flash, the favourite, gets a run in third for Bayless on the fence. One Legacy in 4th, 1 out, 1 back. Back then to Absolute Radiance in the red silk. Second last is Rusty Russ. And at the tail of the field, seeing them all, is Missile Rain. Engine Start at the tail. First 425.42 with 700 metres left to go. And Missile Rain is your front runner. Nazar into second, about a length away. Back then to Montana Flash, who's just poked off the rail now to get plenty of room. And that's allowed Absolute Radiance to poke up for Jurek. And he's going to look for runs from here on in. Back then to the outside, Rusty Russ, One Legacy in the shadow roll. And at the tail of the field, Engine Start starting to get a move on, shifting back to the inside. 400 metres left to go, and it's hard up on the inside fence. Missile Rain now being tackled by the favourite in Montana Flash. Baylor starts to get busy here on the $7 favourite, giving chase One Legacy and Absolute Radiance. Boxing on Missile Rain. Engine Start out in the middle of a track with 130 metres left to go. Montana Flash on the inside. He looks to be holding strong, and he'll win it for Bayless. Photo for second between Absolute Radiance and One Legacy. Out wide was Engine Start, who had to go through a bit of traffic in that last 400 metres. Missile Rain boxed on the inside fence for 5th. And then we go back to 6 or 7 lengths to Nazar second last. And at the tail of the field, old Rusty Rust at start number 16. Yet another ordinary performance at the tail of the field. One just calls for an attendant out wide, but he doesn't hold him long, lets him go. Gigi Austin, just one of the slowest to begin with Season Lucky, as Auspicious Day burns across and jumps well for Geraldine Siao, but she's just being held out now as Sun Ace digs up on the inside fence for the 4 kilo claiming rider. He's going to maintain that position, making Auspicious Day do some work. She gets about a head in front to see your camps in third. Sunday just 3 wide at this stage, and there's a tumble. One's come off, and there is one down. We'll get back, I think it's Happy Heart. Back then to Sunday in 4th position. Out wide on the track is a riderless horse, and it is Happy Heart. Just getting in the way there of Awesome Conqueror. Back on the inside fence, Exceed Natural. Gigi Austin second last, Season Lucky last of all, and throwing the head around. So it's in front, Auspicious Day, Sun Ace on the inside fence in second, about half a length away. Back then to Sia, another couple of lengths is Sunday in fourth, and they've broken away from the riderless Happy Heart, who's just keeping out of trouble now. Gigi Austin in the white cap, the best of the rest, and the others have a world of ground to make up, including Awesome Conqueror. Geraldine Siao and the Red Winkers in front on Auspicious Day. Sun Ace doesn't look to be making up any ground. He's just plodding up and down on the one spot. Outside of them is Sia. And then out in the middle of a track is Gigi Austin in the white track, starting to make up some ground and really coming into it. But in the last 200 metres, Auspicious Day maintains that lead, and she's going to draw away here from Sia. And running on into a minor placing is Gigi Austin and Exceed Natural. But a nice ride there from Geraldine Siao. Auspicious Day takes it out over Sia in second. Out wide Exceed Natural. Gigi Austin just behind them. And we were a race that was plagued by a fallen horse. And there we have out wide Season Lucky on the inside fence. Sun Ace didn't do much today from the front. Awesome Conqueror behind them, and Sunday, he's pulling up one of the last. He was very disappointing. Starter presses a button and they broke in a beautiful line. In All His Glory got away cleanly for Jurek out wide. He's going to look to come forward in the Bulldogs colours, but they're just kicking up inside him to make him earn it, honestly. Song of Nature's one of those. Istataba nice and prominent in third from that inside draw. And then we go back to Graviton in fourth, one out, one back. Bingo Master getting a camp in fifth, only about 3 lengths away from the lead. Out wide, split second, just racing 3 deep at this stage. Russian Twist gets up worse than midfield on the inside fence. Laxana back to third last, with 12th Night second last. And at the tail of the field, Seen 'Em All is top field. 425.13, so a pretty steady gallop as they start to make the bend, and he's got across to the fence, Jurek on In All His Glory, and he's going to get a nice little leader here in front over Graviton, who just sits in second with the blinkers today. Song of Nature in third. They're about a length and a half in front of Istataba, your race favourite at $12 in fourth, and she's got plenty of room if she wants to try and get out as Bingo Master just starts to make his run up outside of her. Back to Russian Twist on the fence. Here comes Split Second, starting to make a run. Top Field's peeled out to the middle of a track. Laxana still second last, and 12th Night last of all. Turning for home here with 500 metres left to go, and it's on the inside fence In All His Glory. Giving chase is Graviton in the orange. Istataba starting to give chase, and the others are just going up and down on the one spot, but this has been a great ride. 10 out of 10 by Jurek. In All His Glory changes the minor placings to a win, and he beats Istataba into second. Bingo Master up for third. Out wide 12th Night. And then we go back to Split Second behind those. Laxana didn't come into it today. And then a significant margin to the last four, headlined by Graviton, who knocked up Song of Nature, Top Field, and Russian Twist was one of the last ones to pull up in that group. Starter presses a button and away they go. He jumped much better today, good catch, but Winning Power from the inside was the best to begin. Gamely showing speed in the red cap, and his stablemate Diamond Ring is going to look to follow him across, and they keep good catch out 4 wide, and he's punching the breeze, the rider. Back then, worse in midfield, Fight to Victory out 3 wide for TH Co, whipping around him. Limbs Pride getting a nice run there in 6th position on the fence. And then we go back to the midfield junction there of Global Spirit, Burgundy Lad. Poking up on the inside fence is Ann Panman, back third last, Hero in the Wind. And getting out of the ground towards the tail of the field is Rich Fortune and Beauty Spirit. 424.05, so they've gone along at a decent gallop. Good catch finds a lead, but he had to do plenty of work to get there. And with the cost of petrol at the moment, let's see how much he can hang on for. Getting up on the inside fence, Winning Power. Gamely gets a nice camp. Fight to Victory, sitting in about 3rd position. Diamond Rings out in the middle of a track for Shin, and he's ready to pounce and press the button. Behind them is Global Spirit, Ampan Man, Limbs Pride getting up on the inside fence. But it's on the inside, Winning Power. Diamond Ring out in the middle of a track. Fight to Victory starting to poke his head up on the inside, and Limbs Pride saving up ground up the fence. But Winning Power holds the margin, poking through Global Spirit. But as they come to the finish line, heads up, heads down. I think maybe the inside, Winning Power might have just held on from the fast finishing Global Spirit. On the inside fence there, we had Limbs Pride, who was plugging away. Fight to Victory behind those. Knocking up was Gamely and Diamond Ring. Poking up and Panman late. Rich Fortune came into it, and then we go back to the back markers of Hero in the Wind, Burgundy Lad. Good catch, had to do plenty of work early, and at the tail of the field was Beauty Spirit. Looks like number 12 will get it. Winning Power from the inside draw. Flag goes up again. Starter releases them, and away they go. Rocket Ship again well with the Bullet showing plenty of toe. The Baldy Face Galloper out wide for Bayliss. He's going to be the best away over Rocket Ship. Hyde Park just digging up on the inside fence, but a Blessed Ascend keeping him nice and honest as he moves into third. Wawasan in fifth position, 3 wide. And then we go back to the midfield clump of Happy Wonderful, Limbs Passion. One-way ticket gets back to second last, and at the tail of the field is Basilisk. First 424.46, so not as quick as expected. He's absolutely going well in front here to Bullet. He didn't have to do too much work to get there. Rocket Ship stalks in second on the inside fence, Hyde Park. Wawasan peels out to the middle of a track, and a Blessed Ascend. He's got a bit of ground to make up. Limbs Passion peels out into the middle of a track. Bayliss pulls the Persuader and gets busy on the Bullet, and he was able to find the front. Can he keep hanging on? Rocket Ship's giving chase. Here comes Limbs Passion down the outside. In the Limbs colours, absolutely starting to gobble him up, and that's been a nice ride by Benny Woodworth. Limbs Passion goes on to win. Beats Rocket Ship, maybe a photo into second over to Bullet, and then finished in front of Hyde Park in fourth position. One-way ticket saved ground and went up the inside fence, finishing behind those with Running On, Happy Wonderful, Basilisk. And then we go back to Wawasan, a Blessed Ascend, extremely disappointing. Didn't have the toe early, and he's failed yet again. And at the tail of the field, pulling up very quickly, was the winner, Limbs Passion. Flag goes up from behind. Starter presses a button, and away they go. Larry, one of the worst to begin, but he likes to settle at the tail of the field. Zestful shot out like a cannon and is your outright leader in the early stage. Lemon Squash is up there trying to pour the pressure on, but just wanting to fight the rider a little bit as he sets half a length in second. Diamond Mine works up into third, but he's still 3 wide at this stage, so we'll see where he ends up. Fate to Win, your race favourite, just gets a nice cam for Stewart in fourth on the rail. Back then to Win Rhapsody in fifth on the fence. Super Velocity gets Super Atas gets a nice run there, just outside of Win Rhapsody. Flaming Kieran's moved up to midfield, but just covering a bit of ground with no cover. Getting back there is Tavi Will Do, and the back markers headlined by King's Speech, Larry, and at the tail of the field is Whistle Grand and Grandpa Micmac. 425.59 as they start to leave the back straight, and they swing around the 1,000-metre mark and go past the Stewards Tower here on the long course. Zestful still has the lead for Geraldine Ciao. Lemon Squash wasn't going to annoy him, so he sits in second, about a length behind. Diamond Mine now gets into third with a better run. Fate to Win still gets a run of the race in fourth for Stewart. Back then to Super Atas. Flaming Kieran starting to make a mid-race move and whipping around him 3 deep. Digging up there is Win Rhapsody on the inside fence. Back then to Tavi Will Do. To back markers still headlined by Larry, King's Speech. And at the tail of the field, Whistle Grand and Grandpa Micmac. Turning for home, and they've got 500 metres left to go. It's Zestful hard up on the inside fence. Lemon Squash is still there to ask a question. Fate to Win now has plenty of room, as too does Diamond Mine in the winkers. Flaming Kieran's been put under pressure from a mid-race move, but he's still there looking for a spot. Out wide is Lemon Squash, and back there Tavi Will Do in the Copperbelt Silks is starting to make up some ground. On the inside fence, Win Rhapsody box away, but taking over now, Fate to Win. Here comes Tavi Will Do down the outside, and on the outside, Tavi Will Do, Fate to Win. Fate to Win has the margin. Win Rhapsody on the inside. Win Rhapsody from anywhere was making up ground on the fence and might have just got there over Fate to Win. Back to the outside was Tavi Will Do, who was looking at danger at the 200-metre mark. And then we go back to Lemon Squash. King's Speech made up plenty of ground, and they broke away from Flaming Kieran, Whistle Grand. Pulling up there, Diamond Mine, Zestful, Larry, and Super Atas not today. And one of the tail enders was Grandpa Micmac. Flag goes up. Starter releases them, and away they go. Beginning well in Nepean and Red Ocean, the 2 stablemates, but Red Ocean's got the speed, and he's going to come across here as Nepean looks to tuck away into second place. Spirit of Big Bang gets a camp in third, about 3 lengths off the lead. Going back to So High Class, 1 out, 1 back, and gets a nice spot. Hardcore moves to third last. Quarterback's jumped intact with him, and he's going to settle second last. He gives himself a nice opportunity from there. And Predator, the last start winner, he's going to settle at the tail. First 425.36 as they start to head towards a half mile here in the Crangier, race number 11. And they swing on past the resting station here at the Singapore Turf Club. And it's Red Ocean who sees them out in the high-vis silks. Getting up on now on the inside is Spirit of Big Bang, just moving into third. Nepean out with 1 out on the fence. And then we go back to So High Class, back then to Hardcore towards a tail with Quarterback, and Predator sees them all. Swinging for home, and he's travelling well here, Red Ocean. Let's see if he can keep going all the way in front. Spirit of Big Bang looms out to stake his claim. Out wide, So High Class coming past Nepean on the inside fence. Hardcore, it doesn't look to be making up the ground. Quarterback starting to get a bit of a wiggle on from the tail of the field as they come into the last 150. Spirit of Big Bang met by So High Class. Quarterback giving chase out wide. This is going to be a nice finish. So High Class has the momentum. So High Class gets the win. Spirit of Big Bang into second. Quarterback couldn't peg him down. A nice run in third. Back then to Red Ocean, who set the pace, and he boxed on well for fourth. And then we have behind them Hardcore Predator. And at the tail of the field, pulling up quickly. I think he just felt the sting out of the ground was the old boy Nepean. He just needs rain, the old boy, and not today. Flag goes up. Presses a button and away they go. Breaking in a nice line. Summer Wind began well in the high vis silks out wide. Limbs Craft, one of the best to begin on the inside fence, and Lucky Imperator's up there to keep them both honest, and he just tucks away now into second spot. Deception getting a nice run in fourth. Out wide, Ema just covering plenty of ground and looking to come across in fifth position. On the inside fence there, we have Straight and Arrow inside of Bionics. Back to the worse midfield pair of Fortune Changer, getting back his Axel towards the tail there with Red Dragon. Second last in the St. George Silks is Billy Elliott, and Fireworks will see them all. 400 here in 24.89 as they start to head past the half mile in the last race on the card. Summer Wind's found the front and he's dictating terms over Lucky Imperator in second. Limscraft gets a nice run in third. So too does Deception in fourth, one off. Ema's had a bit of a rough run out wide, but he's starting to tack into it. Behind them, Straight Narrow put under plenty of pressure. Bionics going up and down, not making up much ground. Fortune Changer's got a bit of traffic in front of him. Back to the inside, Billy Elliott. Out wide, Red Dragon peels out to the middle of the track with 350 metres left to go. It's Summer Wind in front in his usual role. Coming up on the inside fence now, we have Limscraft. Lucky Imperator on the outside, staking a claim for Shin, and the rest don't seem to be pegging back the margin. Summer Wind hanging on in front. He's riding for dear life in the front. Limscraft up the inside fence, and I think Limscraft might have got there on the line. Close photo over Summer Wind, who was very gallant in the front. Going back behind them, we have Lucky Imperator, who just didn't fire a shot at the end. Fireworks making up plenty of ground, and they're pulling up in a big bunch alongside Red Dragon, Straight Narrow, and on the inside fence, Billy Elliott. Alongside them, Fortune Changer and the Tiako and Fortune, a pair of Axel and Deception. They're pulling up together towards the tail with Ema and Bionics, one of the last.